I went to see this film in theaters, and actually, before I even talk about this movie, let's give a little backstory. I went to see this movie last week, but I think 20 minutes in, something happened, an emergency happened or some shit, which they said, hey, leave the building, which me, I'm not trying to find out, so I left instantly. And I didn't finish this movie, which actually depressed me. I got to my girlfriend's house depressed. I'm like, I didn't even finish this movie, and it was really fucking good. And gladly, I saw this movie now, finally, second time, and this time I actually went and finished it. So let's get right into it. The film that we're talking about is The Killer. The Killer is an action crime thriller adventure. After a fateful near miss, an assassin battles his employers and himself on an international manhunt. He insists it isn't personal. The film's runtime is 118 minutes. Film's rating is R in color, and the film is directed by the legendary David Fincher, known for movies like Seven, Fight Club, and Gone Girl, and based on The Killer by Alexis Noland and Luke Jacomon. So The Killer, let's get right into it. I was very much looking forward to this movie. It was showing at a nearest theater near me. Of course, the movie's gonna come out on Netflix in like a few days. But me, I was like, you know what? I love David Fincher. I mean, David Fincher is top filmmaker, modern filmmakers. So I was like, you know what? Let me actually go out of my way to go see a Fincher film in cinema, which I think is just the best way to see his movies. And man, this is a really good movie. This is a film that, it's not a story-based film where it's like, oh, there's a story going on. I mean, the story's quite simple. Something happens to his girlfriend or whatever, or someone close to him, and he's going for vengeance, and that's it. There's not much of like a mystery or anything like that. It's just straight to the point. He's going to get some revenge, and you pretty much see this man do it pretty much his precision and precise. Everything's precision and precise, and just gets it done. And man, first off, I mean, this movie's technically perfect. David Fincher is known for his perfectionist and precision of filmmaking. And this is another film. David Fincher makes another film that is just very persistent. It's perfect on the technical levels. The camera movements are fantastic. And this film is great. This is another really good movie. And I really found myself really digging this film from beginning to end. And of course the performances, and also just David Fincher is one of my favorite filmmakers. Like I said, I mean, Fight Club is like top 5 movies of all time for me. So this man is just legendary in my opinion. And the performances, you got Michael Fassbender as the killer, and man, Michael Fassbender's great in this movie. Of course, he doesn't say a lot of in-line dialogue. Is very much voiceover heavy, and you know, the character is interesting. He's like a psychopathic person, but he's an assassin, so it's not like he's just going out. I mean, in this film he does, because you fuck with this guy, he's gonna hit you back, but it's not like he's just killing people for no reason. Of course, either he kills people for his own, I guess, personal reasons, but also he gets paid to do so. And man, Michael Fassbender is really good, and this character is just, it's like looking into a psychopathic man who's, I guess, not a serial killer, but fucking close to being. If he didn't get paid killing people, he definitely would be a psychopath or a serial killer. And man, Michael Fassbender is great in this movie. Honestly, it's one of the best performances I've seen of him in a while. Michael Fassbender is just really good in this film, and he's a character that I can't say he's likable, but he has a vibe to him, I guess. The man listens to the Smiths. It's like if you had the character from 500 Days of Summer just going out slaughtering people, but the Smiths, you know, good musical choices, I say. But yeah, he's great. You also got supporting characters. I mean, you got Tilda Swinton as the expert. That's the character's name, and yeah, Tilda's great for the short amount of role that she's in this movie. She really kills it in this film. And Charles Parnell plays the lawyer Hodges, and yeah, Charles Parnell's good in this movie. He's the one that, I mean, calls him to do the job and get shit done. And yeah, he's good. He's good again for a short role. He's pretty damn good. And a character that I brought up that, you know, I found interesting was the Carrie O'Malley as Dolores, the I guess the likable one, I guess, of the group. I mean, of the people that fucked him over, because she did some pretty fucked up shit, and in a way, it's like conflicted of whether or not she deserves shit. And yeah, she's good. She's good in the movie. She makes the character who's probably a scumbag likable, and you wish not for the worst for this person. And yeah, performances are great, but Michael Fassbender is what truly just leads this movie, and he really kills it in this film. The screenplay by, of course, Andrew Kevin Walker, returning with Fincher, who's known for the films 7, Sleepy Hollow, and 8mm. And yeah, the screenplay is really good. The dialogue's great. The story isn't what makes the movie, I guess, good. It's just a methodical film of just like, it's like, I didn't feel like I was watching a movie. I felt like I was really just watching this guy being a hitman and seeing, hey, this is how you do it, I guess. And he's pretty good at his job, I'd say. It's like watching how to be a hitman, and this is definitely one of the best hitman movies. If anything close to the video game, this shit kills it. This is really good. And the screenplay is great by Andrew Kevin Walker. The chemistry is good. Everybody works pretty well together. I mean, this is not really a back and forth film. It really is just Michael Fassbender killing people. But everybody works well together. And I don't know if I said it, but the direction by David Fincher is amazing. He everything is perfect technically, and David Fincher just made this movie beautifully. And he does crime thriller movies just amazingly. The music by, of course, the duo Trent Reznor, who also did the score for Quake the video game. I don't know if you knew that. And Gone Girl and Soul, and Atticus Ross, the girl with the dragon tattoo, Gone Girl and Soul. And yeah, the musical score is really methodical. When it gets intense, it really hits you with the sound, and also just the sound designing too for this film is just fucking fantastic. And the score is great. It's very methodical. It's not like there's a theme song going on only in like the beginning of the movie, but the score is great, and it's really methodical and just really freaking good. And the DP by Eric Messerschmidt, and yeah, this is a very well shot movie. It's the cinematography is just fantastic, and yeah, this movie is just beautiful. It's a beauty to look at. Like, this is just a beautiful looking movie. The editing by Kirk Baxter, who was the editor for The Social Network, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, and Gone Girl. And this is very well edited. The editing for this film is great. The pacing is nice and when it's slow, but in a good way, where you're like, oh, okay, I'm getting into this character and really seeing him do things. And yeah, it's very well edited. The production design by Donald Graham Burt, who was the production designer for The Social Network, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, and Gone Girl. And yeah, man, the production designing is great. This is fantastic. Sets are cool. The world, going around the world of different places, and just good. I like it. And yeah, The Killer's a really good movie. I just sat down and saw this man, pretty much seeing a man just being an assassin and being very persistent with his murders, and it was really good. I thought David Fincher did another great one. This is another great film in the catalogs of Fincher. I wouldn't say it's one of his bests, but it definitely is up there as one of his greats, and this is another great movie from him, and it's definitely a film I'd gladly collect, and it's a 4 out of 5 stars for me. It's a really good movie. I believe maybe if with multiple watches and really after seeing them, because the first watch is like watching the movie and really just feeling it, seeing what I feel. But maybe after multiple watches, this could absolutely be an amazing film. I see no flaws with this movie except for probably, I guess, the ending wasn't as satisfying as I wish it could have been. The ending was kind of like, in a way, lackluster. Not in a bad way. Like I could sit there and I'm like, it's an interesting decision, but not something I was like expecting. I genuinely expected something else. And also, I guess we didn't get much of why he's doing what he's doing, except for like he's close to this girl. We didn't get really any background on why he's close to this girl. All we know is that something happened and he's gonna get payback, and he does a lot of fucked up shit. So as you're watching this movie, thinking like, damn, this girl had to be really important to this person. It really never tells you anything. It doesn't really tell you like, oh, it's his girlfriend or his wife. It just pretty much says it's a girl that I think he was close to. And at that point, he's fucking killing people that messed it all up. And yeah, I wish we got more, I guess, for that backstory. But all around, this is still a great movie. And technically perfect for David Fincher. And this is like a perfect film for Fincher because it deals with a guy who's very persistent and perfect at his job. So yeah, this is a great movie, and definitely, if it's still in theaters, go check it out. But hey, if you want to just wait on Netflix, you could. I prefer going to see it in theaters because that's just the experience is what counts out here. But yeah, The Killer's great. Go ahead and see it. David Fincher knocks it out of the park again.